Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that one. The Asia Pacific Grandmaster. We need a second just to make sure that we were all ready to go with Dog versus Purple. So why not entertain you with the antics of free spirit Tyler Nguyen, who, by the way, is still hanging out in Vegas and has also dyed his hair completely to blonde.
Still there after 2 weeks. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a good time. He was chilling. And you know who was also in Las Vegas? Firebad. He didn't make it to Masters Tour. He didn't make it to the other event that were happening there in Las Vegas, but he decided to go right after everyone left.
And then he made it to Nathan's wedding?
He did make it to Nathan's wedding. That's right. That's right. But, of course, those are for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Firebad, of course, wanting to hang out with us and be part of an Admirable Special Day, which was fantastic. One of the happiest moments of my adult life.
Yeah.
In terms of my memories.
Same.
Just being able to see everything like that go down. And then, of course, he's there this weekend with his family having a reunion. Dog, of course, he's going to be playing the Rogue deck. We haven't actually discussed this too much, but you heard it from some of the other people that, you know, Togwaggle Scheme and some other cards are available to him during this set. But he's going up against a mage, so I expect that tertiary deck to come into play.
Yeah, tertiary deck with Betrayal, Fairy Dragon, Walk the Plank. We talked last matchup with delay, bring Fairy Dragon and his Warrior, how good that is against Mage. Take a look at Purple's deck, though. It looks like his, I don't know. I think he's primary through and through this game with the no weapon removal, but has Halftime Scavenger, does have Luna's Pocket Galaxy primary deck, which I'm a huge fan of. And other than that, just pretty standard Cycle Mage stuff.
Yep, pretty straightforward and to the point. So when I look at it, I'm trying to see if there's any specific edge in the main deck list that can help out Dog here, given that he's the one that I feel like needs to be pressuring. But, you know, when you look at the Rogue versus Mage statistics, Rogue hasn't been beating Mage nearly as much as you anticipated to, despite it being a favorite deck. I have to actually do the final list calculations. I'm still catching up on last week. I apologize in terms of the stats across the board. But last time, going into week number 5, TJ, I believe it was almost even, 50-50 across the board. And that's supposed to be something that Rogue convincingly beats the Mage in.
Yeah. Mage has evolved a little bit. You know, Rabble Bouncer has gone out of a lot of lists. They've gotten a little more streamlined and refined, with Double Frost Nova being pretty standard. So I can see it.
Well, ditching 2 cards, Mirror Image and Ray of Frost, hurt a lot, especially because Purple is holding Mana Cycle and Mountain Giant, two cards that would have benefited greatly from having that.
Yeah. And they both mentioned it in that matchup piece that we showed you guys. They play fast. You know, sometimes they'll slow down if they need to think, but generally these two can think pretty quickly and on the fly. And it's usually a fun time to watch them sling cards against one another.
Yeah, assuming that you can make the correct play every time, I do think it's optimal to play very fast, because it gives your opponent less time to think. And it even sometimes puts them under pressure through what seems to be very silly reasons, but very real reasons. The first is that you make them mad because you're like, you shouldn't be playing that fast. I don't know why, but when people play like too fast against me, sometimes it annoys me. It's like, dude, it doesn't feel like you're thinking about your turns enough, even if they're making the correct play.
Yeah.
And the second is that if you're able to play quickly every time, it's very difficult for them to follow along the action, like hand raiding and whatnot, because you're constantly shuffling around.
Yeah.
Making it trickier for them. Speaking of playing things fast, Purple immediately identifying this is the Mana Cyclone turn.
Yep. We'll, I believe he's playing 4 spells, so we'll reload his hand back up to 8.
I like this attack, too, from Dog, something that we didn't discuss. The fact that he knows 2 bananas are in the hand, so he preemptively attacks and plays a Life Drinker, so that Purple doesn't have the option to double banana and overtrade.
Yeah.
No Walk the Plank here for Dog. That's in his tertiary deck. That is a fast Mountain Giant. He can take it out through Vendetta SI Agent and Eviscerate. That's a full clear on everything, I believe.
Yes. Can go Magic Dart Frog.
He loses his Vendetta bonus if he does that first.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Could go Vendetta SI7 agent.
So
Yeah,
many
Dog's looking for a
options.
way that he can conserve his Blink Fox without having to trade it in.
Yeah. I don't think there's a great way outside of Vendetta Eviscerate Dagger.
You can Vendetta,
Oh, Vendetta Eviscerate Dagger SI7 agent.
yes.
Choose soon.
I think that's the right line.
Yeah.
You take 8 damage, but no, Mage isn't exactly a direct damage deck.
It can be.
It can be. A lot of times it's not, though.
Yeah. But preserving his board, utilizing resources, Magic Dart Frog could be pretty potent as this game progresses.
The future
Yep,
is
Dog,
ours.
more emphasis on the Burkle package so you can win tempo wars that way.
Behold the tools
Ooh.
of creation.
It's a swing and a miss here from Purple.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to be fair, he did discard 2 of his cheaper spells in the mirror image in that Ray of Frost earlier.
Yeah.
Dog finds the Waggle pick. Does have a Shadow Step SI opportunity here. It's the right order.
You could go Magic Dart Frog, SI7 agent, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, Shadow Step SI7 agent, go face with the second SI7 agent charge, and then trade over the 3 damage into Stargazer Luna.
Yeah.
You'd have a 3-1, 2 3-3s, and a 1-3.
There's actually a way you can squeeze it in, but do 2 less damage and get an extra card with the Blink
So
Fox.
many
So you do the same thing, but you either do 2 damage to the face with the SI7 agent combo, or you get an extra card.
Ah,
with
yeah, no, I like that. I like that.
So in this case, you'd SI. Oh, Dog wants to go for the Miscreant, because the Miscreant's more value. That does make sense. But this Magic Dark Frog is not guaranteed where it hits.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Nailed it. So this gives him the Evil Miscreant, and he had the 50-50 essentially to
Right.
clear off the Sorcerer Prince. This is a higher risk play, but higher payoff. And now Purple has Flame Strike lined up for next turn, so can feel free to draw cards.
Yep.
But Dog's got the Waggle pick, all loaded up and ready to go.
Dog thinking about how much he wants to extend onto this board. Kind of recognizing, like, why would Purple draw in Frost Nova like that unless he had an opportunity to set up? Usually Frost Nova is a premium card that you'd use for decisive board swings, like a Sea Giant turn. So he reads that Purple must have picked up some form of AoE, and he's correct. Purple was gearing up for this Flame Strike. Does he change his opinion now?
Frost Novas are very high value.
Wow.
This is
Purple stopping a Leroy play. That's creative. I was like, Flame Strike, but he's like, if he has Leroy Jenkins, I die.
Magic Dart Frog, the worst out of these options.
Yeah. Interestingly, I kind of wonder if he should have played things like the Life Drinker to increase his chances of picking it back up as opposed to the Magic Dart Frog.
Yeah.
But it is unlikely that he does pick up the Dart Frog.
I think he just wanted a bigger chance at like Evil Miscreant because that seems like it has the highest damage potential. But Purple not out of the woods yet. I mean, if he Flame Strikes here, then he's down to effectively 6. SI7 agent in hand, he's down to effectively 4. It means he dies to like an Eviscerate.
Oh, boy.
Woo! So Evil Cable Rat here could pick up lethal.
Yes.
He would not have the mana for it.
Well, I mean, it could in a different way if it, like, picked up Eviscerate off the Ethereal Lackey.
Yeah, I see.
This guy's toast.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, he could dagger up and then have
yeah.
guaranteed lethal next turn.
Yeah, there you go. Dagger up, returns it back to the hand.
And nothing to attack Ziliax into as well.
That is also the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So, Purple instead has to
die.
Is there a way that he can stop it through some kind of Conjurer's Claw setup?
He would need an immediate heal.
We must band together, united for Dalaran.
He's gonna try and see, like maybe he gets
Oh,
like
Lightwell.
Armor Smith.
Oh no, Lightwell does it on the following turn.
I think it's actually just Armor Smith and taunts.
No, the Armor Smith wouldn't do anything because he has an SI7 agent.
Then he'd ping his own thing.
Ah, he'd ping his own thing.
Right. So if he gets a taunt and SI7 agent, like he'd be able to
Yeah. Okay, I see this.
That's a really narrow corner case situation, but Purple narrowed it down. But Dog with an excellent series of plays to make sure to deny Purple's ability to come back into it, which is very important, right? Purple with that Zilliax would have maybe made difference maker, and his hand was very close to popping off against Dog.
Yeah, like one free turn for Purple to do what he wanted without having to react to the board could have blown things wide open.
Yep.
So, but you can get an idea of how these players play. Purple just kind of slings cards. Dog just kind of slings cards. They make
I like it.
good plays at the end. And
I wish that this was the pace for normal Hearthstone play.
Yeah.
If you know, to be quite frank, I do appreciate slow, methodical play, and I do enjoy bantering with TJ back and forth about our favorite foods. But
I don't think we've ever talked about our favorite food.
our favorite YouTube videos.
Okay, that we've talked about, but I would like at some point to talk about our favorite foods. There's something more in the world that
Let's talk about it during the break, because when we come back, we're gonna have game number 2 between Purple and Dog. I like pizza,
pulled pork.
I like ice cream.
You're like a little kid.
My name is David Dog Cairo. I play for Team Liquid currently, and hopefully forever. If I had to be a breed of dog, I'd probably be a golden retriever. If I had to change my username to any other animal, what would I change my username to? Probably something cool like Cobra. Cobras are cool. My personal goals for the year, I haven't really set them, but it's more within streaming, not within competition. I do want to be competitive. That's actually why I accepted the Grandmaster spot. Otherwise, there would be really no incentive for me. I'd rather just stream. I just want to be better as a streamer and produce better content, because to me that's really important. There's a reason why I started getting popular on Twitch, and that was because I was very good at what I did in terms of like bringing entertainment to Hearthstone. I was like able to create really wonky decks and do well with them, as opposed to just, make wonky decks and lose all the time, which is what most people do. There's a trick to it. The key to making a good ladder deck that's wonky is just beat the most popular classes. So a ton of Rogue on ladder, try to beat Rogue. Is there anyone that is my enemy in this division? Competitively, not really. No one's on my level, so.
My name is Patra Cadness, and my Battle.net tag is Patra. Being in Grandmasters means a whole lot to me, and I feel like I've realized it more now actually being here and seeing everything that's happened. I'm looking forward to, of course, facing all the players, because I feel like it's a good experience for me to grow as a player. I do think that, I'm one of the weakest players in this tournament. Like, I would say I'm an underdog. I just want to represent my country very well, and I want to represent, anybody else basically supporting me. I just hope I do a good job. I have goals for different things. Like, I have goals for my social media, trying to get like this amount of followers by the end of the year. And for Hearthstone, I'd love to not be last in GMs. I want to stick around as long as I can. I just want to show everybody that I love the game so much, and I hope that the audience is happy with all the players that Blizzard has selected, and I hope they enjoy the show.
Welcome back, everyone. Dog is currently up against Purple with a 1-0 lead for Dog, who is second in his division. Purple is on the cusp, and a defeat here means that he's 1 game back from 3rd place.
Yeah.
Right now, a win here for Purple would mean that he is tied with Race for 3rd place in the very same division.
Yeah, and Dog would have sole possession of 1st place with a win because he has the tiebreaker over Monsanto,
There you go.
who's at the top of the standings. So a lot on the line, and the playoff race for Division B is pretty much between 4 players. There's some small chances for other players that are 4 and 7 right now to move up, but it's between Monsanto, Dog, Race, and Purple, who are 1, 2, 3, 4 at the moment. So it's going to be like 3 spots between the 4 players. So a win here for either Dog or Purple, huge when considering that there's only 3 matches left to play until we call it all and say playoffs time.
That's right. We close the door and say whoever has made it to the top 3 are advancing forward, and everyone else will just have to wait and get a week off of vacation, but more importantly, denied a spot to try and qualify for the global finals.
Yep.
So let's go into game number 2 here. I believe it's pretty straightforward what's happening. Dog is going to go to his tertiary deck with Betrayal, Fairy Dragons, and Walk the Plank. And then over in Purple's side, the halftime Scavenger is still going to stay in the deck, which means that he's on his primary.
He is in the primary.
I like it. Halftime Scavenger, I think, is a really underrated card, given that, you know, I think people just pass it off as like a arena card, right? Format 3-5 vanilla stats. The overkill armor is like, eh, but it's a very nice card, particularly because of stealth and because of the fact that you have Banana Buffoon. I underestimated this card a lot when I was like playing on ladder, and whenever I see it put out and then my opponent buffs it with like a banana, I'm like, holy crap, I think I lose.
Yeah,
I don't think I can win anymore.
Or they just trade over minion
This guy's
and Conjur's Calling. Because you can't react to it until after it's already gotten trade off. So all kind of works out. Purple gonna continue to kind of play this slow with Arcane Intellect.
Yeah, doesn't need to react very strongly with like a coin halftime Scavenger. Instead, bides time. Oh man, there's some interesting choices here. Blessing of Kings. Cone of Cold is also like his own way to push damage and freeze the board. And maybe even try to develop tempo against his opponent. But the thing is, Cone of Cold's so expensive.
Whoa.
Oh, is that wait, is that supposed to be a combo enabler?
It must be. I was thinking
As long
Blessing
as
of
it keeps
Kings,
out
but
enemies.
this kind of works too.
Interesting.
It enables combos, and it also still kind of serves the same purpose as Blessing of Kings, where you're you keep a minion around. And Purple gonna coin out this Ray of Frost, try and take a little bit less damage while he waits for halftime Scavenger to pounce.
I am still very curious about that pick. I think it's probably because it's cheap, the combo enabler, and all these other things.
And it helps preserve a minion.
Helps preserve a minion for a trade. Definitely curious as to what Dog's thoughts are more in depth if we get that chance to ask him about it. Doesn't seem like there's too much more to evaluate outside the dagger hit. Is this the Khadgar Conjur's Calling turn?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get some 4-drops up in here.
United for Dalaran.
Oh.
Pilot Reapers?
Okay.
And wow, this.
Oh, one-powered Steam Boss. Now that's interesting.
Well, that's a lot of life. That's gained 18 life. So the thing is, though, it's like a give and take because Purple doesn't get any stats from it. Oh, interesting.
Oh, they all have merit. Betrayal lets you deal with wide board, Shadow Step, more value, Assassinate, one big thing. This pick is going to show a lot about Dog's game plan, and it seems like he's the kind of guy that loves resources. Shadow Step was the one that jumped out to me, but looks like Betrayal it is. Betrayal helps him chew through this board.
execute.
Oh my god. Call to Adventure is interesting too, but execute obviously.
Yeah. He has the
quite
Goblin
good.
Lackey and the Zero Mana Vendetta. So that helps him choose this. Kid.
Choose suit.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to want to backstab the 2-2. One thing that's interesting about this Pilot Reaper is that it'll pull out the Sorcerer's Parent's Guarantee, so he can take a free Apprentice.
Oh man. If you place Mountain Giant first, then pulls out a Sorcerer Apprentice, can play Conjurer's Coin on the Mountain Giant because it'd be 2 mana.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Nope, just wants it on the 4-drop.
Oh, he's gonna Frost Nova. Oh, Corkinally.
Whoa.
Oh, but dog can
The Betrayal.
clear up so much of this board.
Yeah, the Betrayal, Eviscerate,
Betrayal, Viscery, Vendetta.
and a Shadow Step.
Oh, Shadow Step. That's a full clear. Dan.
Wait, is it a full clear?
He Betrayals on the Twilight Drake.
Wait, yeah, you're right.
It's full clear.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's something I gotta say. There's gotta be a Defile here.
So many options.
There, in fact, is the file here, because there's only 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you do play around that Betrayal because you anticipate your opponent switching to the Betrayal deck.
Yeah.
So even the fact this is generated randomly, it's like something purple knows to account for.
And no 2-drops will come out.
Shadow Step for the SI7 agent. He sees no 2-drops, yeah, like you said, coming out, but there's not that many.
Choose suit.
This guy's toast.
Whew. And purple. A lot of resource used for dog, but that was a lot of resource used for purple to get to that point. Now he's got a Mountain Giant and freezes. Luna's Pocket Galaxy as well, but oh, Sea Giant.
How does purple get there without Luna's Pocket Galaxy? I guess he could use Sea Giants and Rays of Frost. But I kind of like the Luna's Pocket Galaxy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. I wonder if he should even play the Sea Giant here.
No, I think you Luna's Pocket Galaxy, hope you draw a big minion. Next turn, play Sea Giant, big minion, Frost Nova.
Right.
And set it for a 2-turn.
Both of these Rays of Frost are the last copies of the second version of the Twin Spell. Another Betrayal. It's a dead card here. But dog can add the damage into Waggle Pick. Sets up a 2-turn lethal setup.
All right, got to pick up minions here for purple. Ziliax.
Good.
Oh, Mana Cyclone.
Decent.
So can...
So you can freeze 2 of the minions, Ziliax the other, and play the Mana Cyclone, looks like. I think you save the Frost Nova here.
Yeah.
What to do? What to do?
So you get 3 spells from this Mana Cyclone. But you only have 1 mana remaining.
It's a tough turn.
Yeah, only because there's nothing really good guaranteed. Plays Mana Cyclone first in case this, the spell changes his mind. 3 spells. Shooting Star.
Shooting Stars?
Yeah, helps clean up some of the board.
Wow. And can put a little damage on Hearthstone Burglar.
I think he wants the 1/1s to stick around.
Yeah, because the Sea Giant, you're right.
Oh, Vendetta.
Vendetta works very nicely here.
Yes, and then dog can push the damage. He has very good bounces almost no matter what ends up happening. Gets SI7 agent.
That's the worst.
That's the one that he didn't want.
He just wanted value. That's all he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, like we
This guy's
said,
toast.
there's worse outcomes in the sense that he could have gotten a non-impact minion,
Yeah.
but that's like the one he didn't want.
Woo!
Okay, so that allows him to play Mountain Giant, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and Frost Nova. So you squeeze an extra 3 too.
Could also go like Sorcerer's Apprentice, Astral Rift, and try and make a big Sea Giant turn. I don't know. Cheap minions. Ah, that's not very likely.
Someday I'll be just
I think that's good. I don't hate that.
Okay.
Phantom Militia.
Militia.
Yeah. Phantom Militia.
It's probably Sea Giant Frost Nova though.
It's good for the following turn.
Yeah.
Well, that's convenient. That's a full clear.
Yep. Betrayal, Execute, Kobold Lackey.
That Blessing of Kings is looking a lot better than this Hand of Protection.
Oh yeah. I mean, purple might be dead by now. Because this wide board is okay, but
Right.
Dog has no way to generate resources. This board can get picked apart by pretty much any of the randomly generated spells.
Yeah.
Dog doesn't seem like he's paying too much attention to Shooting Star's Kona Cold.
Yeah, positioning is not something that Dog's thinking about right now.
Yeah.
It's a very minor thing, but it ends up becoming a factor here. Dude, Astral Rift I feel like is the best card in the game.
It's very good. Sometimes. Sometimes it's terrible. Dog needs something big. That's not big.
It's a full clear though. But it costs him almost everything. He can actually use the Hand of Protection in this spot.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
Blessing
go.
of Kings or
Heal for 2. Dog ran out of life. Purple. 1 mana minions in the deck.
It's true. Could go for this Mountain Giant. Ooh, Magic Trick. If he gets Frostbolt, he could still Frostbolt evocation. He could still evocation Mountain Giant Frostbolt, I believe. Another Magic Trick. Guess so. Missiles and Cinderstorm. Your opponent's down to 1 card, so it feels like you can grind them out of the game.
Yeah, but then your Mountain Giant be expensive. I don't know. Ooh, that was close. And Mirror Entity. Purple looking like he's starting to close out. Dog does not have Myra's Unstable Element in his rogue list in any of them. So no ability to kind of have that burst of card draw towards the end. In fact, a lot of the cards in his deck are not great.
Oh, man. Picks up High Spear and Togwaggle, but
That's
no
okay.
Lackey.
Still has Spear of the Sharks in his deck, too. He drew a lot of his, like, mid-game minions, like Miscreants, SIs, Hedge Clan Burglars.
Plays the Togwaggle, accepting the fact that it could be a mirror entity. Oh my. That's not actually that amazing, given that he doesn't have that many spells. It's just that it was funny that it was discounted to 1 mana. I kind of like it.
What to do? What to do?
Elemental Evocation, Mountain Giant, Mana Cyclone.
Yeah, funny enough, it actually costs the same both ways.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
You get a 1 mana discount.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well. Mountain Giant. Trade. Dog has 2 draws to get out of this game. Shark.
Well,
Something.
he's alive at 1.
but if he draws Leroy Jenkins, he's off by 1 damage. He's going to hold on to the Shark. Mirror Image. But his Mirror Image is good against the Leroy, but...
He was alive to it anyway, but playing around a 2-card combo, and I don't think there's any way for Dog out of this one now.
Yes, because he could find a way to remove those threats individually, but he goes down to 1 life. And Dog is going to concede Purple with a fist bump, and that means that Purple is back in this series. I think Purple, you can just tell off his expression, he did not think he was going to win that game.
No.
And I think Dog running out of value was ultimately what cost him that matchup, because was not able to get enough off of all of the cards that he had in his hand.
And you may think, why did Dog concede so early? Our spectate was a little bit behind. I saw it on our second spectate that Dog's last card drawn was the second Spear the Shark. So, yeah, that's not going to do it. Maybe he had a chance if he picked up Miscreant, if he had one left. I don't think he did, but Spear the Shark, Miscreant, to double Kobold.
Oh, man, that'd
Exactly
be quite the out.
Through Mirror Image, but
Yeah.
he did see the last draw, saw that was second Spear the Shark, and conceded. So. All tied up 1-1 now, and Dog, none of his choices really come into play there. The betrayal that he got was off of the.
I think it's the Blessing
They're
of
lucky.
Kings. The Blessing of Kings
Yeah.
means that he has a better board to survive Cinderstorm.
Yeah, the Blessing of Kings would have been better, but I see where he was going with it. His idea, he wanted a cheap combo activator, just didn't quite pan out that way. But we'll see if that's going to take effect here in Game 3. Purple on the coin.
Purple's on the coin. It's our last game of the day. Dog has Blink Fox and Vendetta, so he has a way to fight back against early tempo established by Purple. Also, doesn't go understated, but Purple could have used. Purple really needed every bit of life that he got that game, including the Scavenger. Or was the Scavenger the previous game before that?
No, that was that game.
Okay, well, he gets it again.
And Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
Oh, but Dog this time starts with the Fairy Dragon.
Ooh, do you want a second Arcane Intellect? That's a lot of card draw. One for pre-Luna's Pocket Galaxy, one for post-Luna's Pocket Galaxy. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I think that's important given that Luna's Pocket Galaxy, as you heard from Nalgadon, struggles without the card draw. And now he has another opportunity for it. Yeah, Frostbolt, the most universal out of all those options.
Yep. Magic Darkfire again.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. A little bit of anti-synergy with the Vendetta, as we saw. Because you play the Magic Darkfire, Vendetta goes back up to 4.
Oh, man.
This is just the curve.
Ooh, it's a Huffer. Animal Companion has an opportunity to rush in with the Charge Minion, Consecration to deal with the Mirror Image boards, and Savagery to assert dominance.
I mean,
I don't need
Waggle
the
pick
card.
Savagery is... That's okay.
Coin Luna's Pocket Galaxy. But
he is taking a lot of damage.
yes, he's accepting that Dog will do damage to him. Another Vendetta.
So he's just got removal for days and a board. Purple's going to try and AI here into 1-mana minions, but this game is going to be over quickly one way or another.
Could Scavenger and Mirror Image to stall for time instead. Oh boy. Wow.
Require my assistance.
He is dead.
He dead?
Consecration plus Shadow Step on the Life Drinker, replay it for 2. That is lethal. Wow. Alrighty then.
Wow, okay, so
Wow, okay, so.
Dog takes this series 2-1, shuts down Purple, grabs first place in a division according to our early stats.
Tied for Monsanto, but I got word that Dog does have the tiebreaker advantage over Monsanto. That's what I was told.
Yep, and a big win here for Dog to cement his position for the playoffs. And more importantly for Purple, who was in 4th place, because Dog was in 2nd place. Purple takes a defeat here, which hurts a lot, because he
6-5
definitely
now.
needed to get that win, and now he's a full game behind Race.
Yeah, and Race has to be kind of happy about that because he wants to see the top of the pack separate and him separate from the middle of the pack. He doesn't want it to be close. He wants to have definitive third place because that's his best shot.
6-5 versus 7-4 just feels like a world of difference.
Yeah, and first seed is actually a big difference because you kind of get to skip a round. You get seated one space above once we do get to the playoff rounds. We'll talk more like next week about you know, the seeding for playoffs when we start to get players seated in, and what each seed means and where they get put into our actual playoff bracket. But being number 1 seed is important.
Absolutely is. Absolutely is. All right, let's go ahead and check in with Dog, who's sitting first place in division. What's up, Dog? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
Hey, did you know going into this match that if you won, you'd be tied for first place? Or actually, you'd be in first place because of tiebreakers.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just want to make top 3 and I'm happy. Because then I get a chance at the ends, you know?
Cool, sounds good. Did you see the interview that we did?
Oh, yeah.
He was there!
Oh, I was there. They cut so much good stuff. We had so many good conversations, Frodan.
I know. Well, it's because they needed to ramp it up to the 2nd episode. That's right.
Dog.
Oh, okay.
I will say, though, your hair looked great
Yes.
in that episode.
And I got to say that you acted superbly in that, because if you didn't deliver on your end, I would have just looked like a complete
yeah, right. You carry all the interviews, Dan. You know it.
Thanks, man. So yeah, man. I know you've been really busy. You've been trying to keep up the stream schedule and whatnot. You just keep rattling off the W's, and you know it's at one point, Dog. You have to kind of credit to being good at Hearthstone. I know you're kind of saying you're just playing your cards, but you're winning Masters Tour and you're now first place in your division. Any thoughts on that whatsoever?
I mean, I just bring decks that I can't really mess up. Like a lot of the reason why I did well at in Vegas was because I brought a deck that was like kind of easy to play in comparison to like Cyclone Mage or something like that. So I bring decks that I'm comfortable with, and it helps a lot.
Gotcha, cool. My follow-up question is that Team Liquid recently announced a partnership with Marvel. And 1, are you going to get a cool Marvel jersey? And 2, do you get a specialized character with one? Because, you know, they have it like themed after different superheroes.
Dude, I mean, I wish. I have to message them about it. Maybe I can get one for like the Hulk. That way, you know, I just break open. Yeah.
Yes, because then he rips the shirt off. That's right. He powers up.
I was thinking more. You give off more of like an Ant-Man kind of vibe.
Oh, come on. No.
I'm kidding.
Definitely. He's no, Dog is more of like a.
It's just the closest one to an animal. I don't know. He's a dog.
Oh, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, Dog, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you want to get back to it, but congrats on all the success. Thanks for all the tips on TFT, and good luck out there in your next match there this weekend.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Well, there you have it. Dog is #1 in his division right now.
That's right.
And very clean victory over Purple, given that that game was super fast.
Yeah.
Take a look at the standings.
That tends to be how those Rogue Mage matchups go when the Rogue gets the curve. But yeah, standings, Eddie, sole possession of first place in Division A. Frozen has a chance to tie up a score, but I believe Eddie would still have that tiebreaker over him. And Dog with the tiebreaker over Monsanto has sole possession of first place in Division B. And Division B, we can see a pretty clear separation from top 4 and bottom 4. So it is between like Dog, Monsanto, Race, and Purple. But in Division A, there's still a lot of things that can happen, especially around that middle. PNC, Stripe Crow, Muzzy, Amnesiac, even Bloodface and Firebat. That whole bottom section can still qualify for playoffs because they're only 2 games apart total from 3rd to 8th.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know more about it as Division A is going to play more on Saturday. But the story to take away from Division B today is that we have our 4 players set. This is the matches that's happened as a recap. We had Monsanto start things off with a 2-0 upset over ETC. But that was just the beginning of Control Warrior's dominance. Eddie over Amnesiac's Bomb Warrior, and Race over Just Saiyans Temple.
Yeah, and then the second half of the day, Nalgidon, the battle for last place took that over Delay. Should give him a confidence boost towards the end of the season into Season 2. And Dog winning that matchup, securing his first place position over Purple with Rogue.
There's just something that Dog understands really well about Specialist, or maybe he's just kind of what he was talking about, which is in Specialist with best of 3, you have to be like playing your best from the very get-go. Some players kind of take a little bit of time to get set into their ways. That's why they like the long tour stops, because they have opportunities to mess up. But you know, when you play Specialist in such a small, short spurt, you have to make sure from the very get-go you're playing cleanly. Otherwise, you're gonna have moments like the end of Amnesiac versus Eddie series, where it's like you don't have time to learn it as you go. So we'll see how this ends up panning out. But for now, I gotta tip my cat the dog. He's doing excellently as he is sitting first place in this division.
Yeah, and take a look at the match for tomorrow. Monsanto versus Nalgidon to start things off. That team Genji matchup. Frozen versus Bloody Face. Frozen's first matchup of the week, which I'm excited for to see if he can match Eddie in Division A. And then Firebat versus Strife Grove, the Hunter, coming out from Firebat.
Yes, nostalgic matchup from 2014. The only Hunter in the field. Then we have PNC versus Muzzy. Both players looking to move up and perhaps make one final playoff push. And then we'll wrap up with Division B's fight for a respectable finish.
Yeah.
I believe ETC and Saiyan both are eliminated from the playoff contention here.
Yeah. But should be a fun day tomorrow. And of course, we have Super Sunday after that with our 6 matches. We have another Warrior Mirror on Sunday too. So Control Warrior versus Braum Warrior. Excited for that. If it's Control Warrior versus Control Warrior, that's going to be interesting, to say the least. It's been a while since I've seen Control versus Control. It's been like Bomb versus Control. But Control versus Control with the Elysiana matchups. Woo! Good stuff.
It's going to be good stuff. We might see some bomb diffuses. We might even see more Streets 112 references.
No.
But we'll let you guys know on Sunday
What?
how we're feeling.
Rush!
Right here. This is the one. Yes! All right, well, that's it. Before we get too carried away, we're going to let you guys go. Same time, same place, twitch.tv/play Hearthstone. If you missed anything, check out playhearthstone.com/esports for the schedules, VODs, and all of deck lists. For Frody and TJ and everyone here in Studio 5 in Burbank, California, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time for more Hearthstone action.